I'd like to briefly talk to you today about education and the unique opportunity now available for you to develop your language and communication skills. In the information age of the 21st century, it has become evident that if you want to compete in a global society, you must become proficient communicators, creators, critical thinkers, and collaborators. One of the most essential skills is communication, which is simply the ability to convey ideas. As technology has made the world smaller, from the prevalence of group projects, global teams, remote employees, to social media and smart devices in our personal lives, communication is now more critical than ever before. The emergence of astonishing technology like AI or artificial intelligence now has everyone grappling with questions surrounding how we acquire authentic knowledge and its purpose. In our fast-moving world, the convenience offered by AI can sometimes lead to problematic shortcuts, which is a nice way to say cheating, especially in online educational settings. Sometimes students may find themselves disengaged or even distressed and resorting to AI to avoid meaningful interaction with schoolwork and their peers. Ironically, AI presents a golden opportunity for significant development and growth that students should immediately take advantage of. In our culture, it's often easy to become fixated on the end goal, the grades, the diplomas, the degrees. Yet it's in the journey, the intricate and sometimes challenging process of learning, that we discover the true value of education. It's through the countless hours of exploration, the moments of confusion, and the triumphs after overcoming obstacles that we not only gain knowledge, but also develop resilience, critical thinking, and a deep understanding of ourselves. Education is not just a destination, it's a transformative expedition. Instead of promoting product over process or prioritizing outcomes over the act of learning itself, I encourage students to embrace and fall in love with the process, with the assurance that the results will naturally follow, that the product will always take care of itself. It's very important to remember that we learn through the activities we engage in, such as problem solving, research, analysis, decision-making, editing, proofing, and so on. Instead of bypassing these processes and crucial experiences, we should incorporate our new tools into them. Deep, meaningful learning takes time, ownership, and investment. The process of education is everything. Now is the perfect time to improve your communication skills. Embrace this chance to master language sincerely. AI is a valuable tool for this, but be cautious. Don't rely on it for shortcuts like mindlessly copying AI-generated responses, because you will miss out on the valuable experience of expressing your own thoughts, opinions, and unique perspectives. Diluting your education this way will harm your personal growth and leave you ill-prepared to confront real-world challenges that demand the nimble art of effective communication. I would urge you to approach AI as a useful tool for brainstorming, for refining your language and expression. But remember, your uniqueness is what makes you significant. Use these tools to assist you in amplifying the strength, precision, and coherence of your sentiments and arguments, rather than replacing them with generic AI-generated responses. Work hard to learn how to communicate for different audiences and circumstances, and this includes speaking as well as writing. Being a good communicator will enable you to navigate an intricate and multifaceted world by minimizing the risk of unnecessary conflicts that arise from misunderstandings. Strive to think and speak with precision. Avoid overused terms such as good, right, bad, wrong, interesting, thing, happiness, reasonable, spiritual, success, realistic, responsible, etc. Because they're vague and difficult to define, these throwaway terms are crutches for unclear thinking and cause conflict because they encourage us to compare, judge, or fool ourselves and others. Search for more descriptive words instead. This will enhance the directness of your language, and surprisingly, it can make your communication more poetic and forceful. The 20th century American poet Theodore Roethke once described poetry as a language at its most memorable. In some capacity, I believe we all aspire to be poets of our thoughts and seek to express ourselves in a manner that captivates and resonates with others. The desire to evoke emotion, move others, and connect through our words or expressions is universal. And expressiveness, I would contend, is a cornerstone of happiness. I'd like to tell you a short story. One afternoon, while navigating the bustling streets of my city, I witnessed a remarkable incident that left me pondering the nature of power. Imagine this. I found myself waiting patiently behind the wheel at a red traffic light and idling beside another vehicle, just like any other day. As the light turned green, suddenly a man on the corner defiantly stepped into the crosswalk. With each deliberate and swaggering step, he directed a symphony of curses and piercing glares toward the neighboring vehicle, fearlessly asserting his right-of-way, barking, "You're gonna wait for me," as the driver patiently obliged. As the traffic signal remained green, I waited as he then slowly crossed in front of my vehicle, continuing with the same antagonistic behavior toward me. It was a peculiar display of power, or so it seemed at first. I couldn't help but wonder, does this man truly possess any power? The only power he had, he was expressing, which was the ability to halt traffic with his body. That man, I suspect, has no real power in the world. As I reflected on this strange encounter, it was a compelling reminder of the voice and influence we all desire. Become memorable in your language and be a poet of your thoughts, as it has the potential to shape your world in profound ways. People that possess the power to artfully convey ideas command our attention and influence. Thoughtful and eloquent voices are not just heard, they are truly listened to. They have power in the world. No matter your profession or particular field of study, the ability to deliver an idea with an emotional impact is a big deal. Powerfully communicated ideas are transformative because they linger in our mind and become etched into our memory. Lastly, remember that education is not solely about acquiring correct answers, but encompasses a holistic growth process. In addition to developing language skills, it's also an opportunity to develop critical thinking and apply understanding in real-world scenarios. Don't shortchange your education. Use the tools available to you, but seize the opportunity to approach it with sincerity, seriousness, and make choices that align with your aspirations for a brighter, more meaningful, and prosperous future.